Hello my dark darlings, and welcome back to Miss Macabre. Tonight I have some chilling horror stories for you to fall asleep to. So dim the lights, get comfortable, and let the darkness pull you in. And if you enjoy late night horror, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join me again for more. Now, let's begin. At 26, Maya Holloway thought moving into a converted warehouse loft in downtown Denver would finally make her feel like an adult. She had a good job at an art museum, a decent salary, and a roommate named Jenna who was messy but fun. The building was trendy, secure, and filled with young professionals who left for work every morning carrying iced coffee and designer bags. Then Jenna started dating Carl Mercer. At first, Maya barely noticed him. He was handsome in an unsettling way, clean cut, overly polite, with a stare that lingered a little too long. He showed up more and more often, always under the excuse of waiting for Jenna. If Jenna was in the shower, Kyle would sit at the kitchen island and ask Maya invasive questions in a tone so casual it almost seemed harmless. What time did she usually get off work? Did she always take the train home? Did she ever stay overnight with anyone? Maya laughed them off at first, but something about him made her uneasy. He never seemed embarrassed when she didn't answer. He just smiled, as if he already knew. The first thing that disappeared was a silk scarf her grandmother had given her. She searched the apartment top to bottom, accusing herself of misplacing it. Then one morning she found it hanging over the back of her desk chair, neatly folded, even though she knew she'd already torn the room apart looking for it. Maya asked Jenna if she'd found it. Jenna shrugged and said maybe Carl had moved it while looking for a charger. That explanation should have comforted her. Instead, it made her feel sick. Then Maya began noticing her bedroom door was never quite how she left it. She was meticulous, she always shut it before leaving, yet more than once she came home to find it cracked open an inch. A lipstick tube was turned the wrong direction on her vanity, a drawer left half open, a bra missing, then reappearing days later in the laundry room. She confronted Jenna, who got defensive immediately. Kyle would never do that, Jenna snapped. You're being paranoid. Maya wanted to believe her. But then came the night that destroyed any doubt. She got home early from work after a migraine sent her home before lunch. The loft was silent, Jenna's car was gone. Maya locked the front door behind her and set her bag down. Then she heard something soft movement, like fabric brushing against wood. Her bedroom door was closed. She never closed it when she left. Maya stood frozen in the hallway, staring at it. Then, slowly, the doorknob turned from the inside. The door opened. Kyle stepped out. He didn't look surprised to see her. For a moment, neither of them said a word. He just stood there in the dim hallway, one hand still on the knob, smiling like this was the most normal thing in the world. I was looking for Jenna, he said calmly. Maya's voice shook. Why were you in my room? He shrugged. You left it open. She knew he was lying. She knew it instantly. Her hands were trembling so badly she could barely unlock her phone. Kyle watched her with the same strange, unreadable expression, then brushed past her and left without another word. That night, Maya pushed a chair beneath her bedroom door. The next morning, she installed a tiny hidden camera facing her room. 3 days later, she checked the footage and nearly threw up. Kyle had entered her room while she was at work. Not once, not twice, 7 different times. He went through her underwear drawer, sat on her bed, pressed his face into her pillow, opened her journal and photographed the pages with his phone. In one clip, he stood in front of her mirror for almost 10 minutes, staring at himself while holding one of her shirts against his chest. When Maya finally confronted Jenna with the footage, Jenna burst into tears. Not because she was shocked, but because Kyle had been doing it to her too. He'd memorized her passcodes, read her messages, and once admitted he watched her sleep because it made him feel close to her. Police arrested him 2 days later. During the search of his apartment, they found an entire wall covered in printed photos of Maya, photos she had never taken. Some were from the train platform, some were through the museum windows. One was from outside the loft, zoomed in through her bedroom blinds while she changed clothes. Maya moved out within the week. To this day, she still can't live with roommate. Because sometimes the person stalking you doesn't break into your home. Sometimes you let him in.